So you're thinking about making a move to Scottsdale, Arizona, and you're not exactly sure if it's for you. My wife and I, we just moved within the Phoenix area, and we thought the exact same thing. So in this video today, I'm going to be walking you through the exact reasons why myself and my wife chose not to move to Scottsdale. Now, Scottsdale, Arizona is without a doubt one of the absolute best places to live in the Phoenix Valley, and it's one of the most sought after areas as well. But, just for my wife and I, it was not right. And in this video, I'll get exactly into the 5 reasons why we chose not to live in Scottsdale. So without further ado, let's get started. So one of the first reasons and one of the number one reasons is, just going to be the traffic in the location of Scottsdale. So Scottsdale, Arizona, it is very different than other parts of the Phoenix Valley. So, you think of like Chandler or Gilbert that have, multiple highways that are running within it. Even where we live now in Ahwatukee, we have 2 highways that, directly, that's right into it, and it's really easy getting around with the highway access. Scottsdale, Arizona is going to be the opposite. It only has one major thoroughway, and that is the 101. Now, Highway 101, it is really nice that you can take it, all the way south into Chandler, and then all the way west over into like the Glendale, Northern Phoenix area into Surprise. It gets really, really, really busy during rush hour. If you don't believe me, go look on Google Maps during the rush hour in the morning and the afternoon. It is an absolute nightmare. It's always gridlocked. It is super, super busy. There's a ton of traffic that is always on the 101. So that was a huge reason why we chose not to move into the Scottsdale area. Another reason is unless you're in like the Old Town Scottsdale area or anywhere along like the lower part, we'll call everything like north of the 101, Northern Scottsdale and Lower Scottsdale. It's just very slow getting around. Again, unless you're off of that main 101 thoroughway, it's just going to be very, very slow getting around. Honestly, that brings us into a perfect transition of our second reason why we chose not to move to the Scottsdale area. It is very slow getting around. Unless you are on the 101 and not on rush hour times, outside of that, every single other street is going to be stoplights. So, it can be, even just going to the grocery store, even if it's only a couple miles, can take you, 10 to 15 minutes. It may look close, but there's so much traffic. There's so many people, and we'll get into that here in a second in the video, but there's just so many people that live in Scottsdale and want to live in Scottsdale and visit Scottsdale that it's always, always busy. Especially, guys, if you are here. Now, the summer's not as bad because there's not as many people that are living here. But if you come down here into the wintertime in like January, February, March, it's really, really slow getting around. And that was a huge turnoff for my wife and I wanting to move to the Scottsdale, Arizona area. Guys, if you like this video so far, guys, make sure you click the like button and comment down below. I want to know your thoughts about the first 2. What have you heard about, moving to Scottsdale, Arizona? And, where are you coming from? I moved here from Nebraska. Moving here to Phoenix absolutely transformed and changed my wife and I's life for the better. So I want to help you change yours. So if you're thinking about making the move, guys, pause the video, reach out to us. We absolutely love hearing from you and cannot wait to help you with your move to the Phoenix or Scottsdale, Arizona area. Now, this third reason is going to be another huge reason for why most people do not live in Scottsdale, Arizona, is because it is very, very expensive. So unless, I am doing a series of, what is $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 get you. So stay tuned to that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss those videos. But just know that in general, living in Scottsdale is very, very, very expensive. The average home sale is about $890,000. Guys, that is on average. Right now I'm up in Northern Scottsdale. And if you want anything north of the 101, expect to pay a minimum, guys, of $1 million. So, my wife and I, we didn't want to be house poor. We love to travel. I love to golf. I love to do other things. So, when we were looking for a house, there are so many more affordable options that, your budget can go so much farther. So, for example, we live down in the Ahwatukee area. We have a 3-bedroom condo, and we only paid $350,000. If you wanted that in like the Old Town Scottsdale area, you can expect, $500,000 to $600,000. So again, not wanting to be and have all of our, eggs in one basket into our house, we chose to, go for a little bit lower priced house, right, than the Scottsdale area. So just know that, if you want, even I was working with a client, they were going to think about selling the heart of Scottsdale, $1.2 million, and it did need a little bit of a facelift. So just know that in general, I'm sure if you go on Zillow, you can take a look and see, what your budget will get you. But just know, guys, in Scottsdale, if you're living in Scottsdale, it is very, very expensive. Not only are the home prices expensive, and we'll get into this 5th reason here in just a second, so I won't spoil too much, but just the cost of living in general is going to be higher. Your gas is going to be higher. Groceries are a little bit higher. Going out to eat, you can expect to pay a minimum of $20 pretty much no matter where you go. We're starting to see prices rise and rise and rise with all the inflation. Scottsdale is not immune to that. It's getting very, very expensive, and that was a huge reason why we chose not to move to the Scottsdale area. Now, for reason number 4, this was another major reason why my wife and I chose not to move to the Scottsdale area. Yes, there are a ton of people that live here in the area, but it is also the main tourist area for when people are coming into the Phoenix Metro. So, there's always stuff going on, and that is a huge plus. So go check out our Scottsdale pros and cons, because we do talk a lot about, what an exciting and amazing place Scottsdale is to live, but, it is very tourist. So right now I'm up in northern Scottsdale. It's not quite as touristy, but if you get around the Old Town area, which is where all the condos, which is where we were initially kind of looking and wanting to be, guys, you are going to always have, bachelor parties, bachelorette. There's clubs around the Old Town Scottsdale area. It's very, very loud. It's very vibrant because it is a tourist area. So, we talked a little bit earlier in the video about like traffic, and it's very slow getting around. It's because of how many people are constantly coming and visiting the area. Scottsdale always has, events, conferences. They got spring training right in the heart of Old Town. So it is a very vibrant spot. A ton of young people absolutely love to be there. My wife and I were kind of past that stage in our life, so it wasn't a good fit for us. And there's just so many tourists that come into the Scottsdale area, so that was a huge turnoff for us. Now on the direct flip side of that, guys, if you want a vibrant area and you want something that's always going on, it is going to be an amazing spot for you, because like I said, there's always something going on. Clubs, parties, you name it, they got it. There's a million restaurants in Scottsdale. Honestly, that is a huge plus about living here, is that there are so many unique restaurants that are all around Scottsdale. McCormick Ranch is very different than the Old Town area. So, and that's really the hard part with Scottsdale. It's so diverse, it's so spread out, it's so different that like the Old Town area is different than McCormick Ranch, that's different than Scottsdale Ranch, that's different than the True North and Grayhawk area up in True North. So guys, that is why it's very important. If you are thinking about moving, guys, please reach out to us. We want to help you find the best neighborhood for you. Now guys, for our 5th and final reason, this is a very quick video, but I just wanted to hop on and show you why, some of the main things that it wasn't a fit for us, and maybe these are the same reasons that it's not going to be a fit for you. Or you might be thinking, Eric, these are nothing reasons. This is easily overcomable. We still want to move to Scottsdale. Perfect. But this last reason was a major deal kicker for me. The golf courses, while there are a ton of really, really good golf courses, honestly, I believe majority are overpriced. Now, the good thing is in the summer, a lot of these courses get slashed in, 60 to 70% off. So, you can go play True North for $60 riding 18. Now, in the wintertime, that's going to be $350. I haven't looked honestly recently. I think it might even be up to $400. So, and even if you're in like the Old Town Scottsdale area, there are a ton of golf courses around there. But again, you're not going to be playing anything under $100. And to be honest, there's way better courses in the Phoenix area. And if, guys, comment down below. I will share all of the best courses in the winter. Summer, you can play all of them. It's fine. But in the winter, I don't think it's worth paying $100 every single weekend. So that was a huge turnoff for me. There are a ton of really, really, really good golf courses, especially up in the northern part of Scottsdale. But if you're wanting to play a consistent amount weekly, daily, Scottsdale is not going to be probably the best place for you, just based on price, about where your budget can go. Yes, can you drive to other areas of town? Absolutely. So like Cave Creek, that's probably like 40 minutes. You can walk $36 or ride for $56 in the wintertime. So that is not a bad deal at all. It's just not in the Scottsdale area. So it really depends on where you're living. But guys, if you are living in the Scottsdale area and you love to golf, it's going to be very, very, very expensive. There are other areas that you can travel to play that are more affordable options. But for us, that was a huge major turnoff. I don't want to be paying $100 every single time I want to go out. I'd rather play 4 $50 courses than 1 $200, especially when you're living here full time and not on vacation. So guys, that wraps it up for my personal list about why we chose not to live in Scottsdale. It is an absolutely amazing and beautiful place to live, and hopefully one day we can make Scottsdale our own. But for right now, it just was not a good fit for us. So guys, comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts about what do you think of my list? What have you heard about moving to Scottsdale, and where are you coming from? I really want to know. I moved here from Nebraska. I love the sunshine, and I cannot stay in the cold. So maybe that you're thinking the same thing. So guys, if you are thinking about making a move, pause the video, jot down our contact information, and we would love to hear back from you. So check out the other videos on our channel. Cover everything there is to know about moving to Phoenix, Arizona, guys. So that's it for this video, and catch us on the next.